Se al massimo non si sente, mi fate sentire, fatevi sentire e mi fate sapere. Allora, vediamo un attimo, abbiamo un po' di risposte. Ah, Gabriele sta gatto, va bene, la musichetta country la sentite? Eccoci qua, dovremmo essere più o meno in diretta. Ok. So, hi everybody. It's been a hard day today. Maybe I won't be at my top, but I wanted to have some conversation with you tonight. But unfortunately, some problem occurred and I didn't have to organize tonight's lesson. So I'm going to improvise a little bit. But if you want to participate and have some fun performing one of our games tonight, just be my guest. Let me know on our WhatsApp group and or on our chat. Same. And what are we going to do tonight? Last time we played a little bit with neologisms. Is the music too high? Okay, great. I think we're done with that. Yeah, now it's blocked. It's stuck. Fuck that. Okay. Oh, and luckily I've checked that this lesson it's not suitable for children because I'm a little bit tonight. There seem to be some connection problems, and please bear with me. It should be. It should be a temporary connection problem. I hope it's completely stuck. No, we're just experiencing some connection problems. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, I can see. Panculo. I can see where the problem is just the connection. And okay, let me just send you a vocal message and so I'll try to send you a message online. Okay, I'm recording a message for you in English so you can practice a little bit because it seems that we are experiencing some connection problems tonight. So connection can be maybe wanted to do with you tonight is review these neologisms in contexts. This is the first part of the lesson. In the second part of the lesson, we're going to play with phonetics in order to improve our conversational skills and our fluency, and I hope that you can have fun too, okay, as well. So, first thing first, and what the hell is happening to my slides? Okay, everything tonight, everything is going wrong, okay? I'm going to go bananas, okay? We talked about a superager, and you should know what a superager is. What is a superager? All people that can and reckon and calculate as younger people, much younger than they are really, okay? Usually octogenarian people, so people they have reached more than 80-year age and can think, and they are sly and clever and quick in reasoning. And let's see some extracts from some newspapers and articles to see the use of the word superagent is superagent or superagers in the plural form in recent and current news releases and whatnot. So, for example, this has been taken by Science Line, and it is an article dated February 2, 2020, so quite recent, and they define older adults whose memory skills are on par with those of youth. They have long baffled neuroscientists. So neuroscientists have tried to face this problem and trying to explain this thing, which is puzzling and startling scientists. But researchers in Boston conducted a new study that proposes new insights as to how this phenomenon arises. So this superager is still a phenomenon to be studied nowadays, and it's quite a recent thing that you can come across into newspaper articles throughout the web or in print form. Then what we saw today, I'm going to recover the time that we have lost with the connection with what the hell I'm talking about, okay, by reviewing these words faster so we can concentrate on the second part of our activity tonight to pronunciation and connected speech and some little game and that you can play at home if you want to improve your skills in English phonetics too. We are going to see that afterward. The second word that we are going to analyze tonight is architecture. You remember that one? We saw that in the crossword puzzle, architecture made out of cork. What is cork? What you are seeing that in the image. So cork is the material used to make wine caps. Oh, by the way, I have been told today that Michela, for example, is attending a course, an online course to become sommelier or something. Okay, she's studying wines and so on. So Michela, this is a message for you. If you want to combine English with wine, now here you go. You are okay. So cork, wine corks, of course they are called corks, okay, not cap or taps. Wine corks are made of corks. You remember about a corkscrew, for example, is the instrument, the tool that you use to open bottles, okay, because you put the metal screw into the cork. So architecture. And this is from the Observer, date 28 July 2019, so last summer. Shortlisted for the 2019 Sterling Prize, okay, it's a Sterling Prize, the annual award for the best building in Britain, Cork House by Matthew Barn Howland. Dido Milne and Oliver Wilton takes architecture to another level by employing it as a total building material. So, can you imagine a complete building made out of cork? Cork house is just that, a house constructed from solid blocks of expanded cork, like gingerbread over vegan Lego, or vegan Lego, like gingerbread. If you don't know what gingerbread is, I suggest you to Google it, or vegan Lego, sort of sustainable architecture, okay, completely made out of cork. How can a house completely made with cork? Well, okay, it's biologic, I think, but can you imagine that? Would you ever? I want to hear your feedback with this, on this part. My first question is, so this is our conversation cues for tonight, and I'm going to write them down in our chat room. First, do you know any superagers? That's question number one. Do you happen to know any superagers? Please comment in our chat room or on WhatsApp, or better, even better, we can have a chat together in the second part of this lesson. And this is question number one. As for question number two, architecture. Would you ever live in a house completely made out of cork? I'm trying to write in the chat line, but unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances about problems in connecting the internet tonight, I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm writing, but everything seems to be stuck. The hell? So first for you, keep that in mind, take notes or whatever. Do you know any super agent? Try to figure out what to tell about that. And then corkitecture. Would you ever in your life live in a house completely made out of cork? Maybe smell with sort of wine smell throughout house. And then we have this one. This one was very disturbing. Okay, burglary tourism. What was burglary tourism? I haven't the use of the word here, which I stumbled upon by reading an article on itv.com/news, and the article is dated 15 January 2020. So thieves ransacked his home. Well, okay, I've just taken a portion of the article, so we are reading the middle of the story, and about this house which has been ransacked, okay, burglared, okay, robbed, okay, thieves ransacked his home while he and his wife were away in October last year. The gang stole more than £33,000 worth in belongings, including a gold Rolex watch. And it is believed that he was the latest target of burglary tourism, which involves foreign criminals flying to the capital to target luxury homes. The thieves are difficult to track because they are missing from police databases and usually flee the country soon after the raid. So some ideas for your next vacation after a COVID lockdown. Have you ever heard about this term, and what do you think about burglary tourism as a new way? Oh, it started, okay, so you can now, I think that you can read my questions on the chat line. And it's a little bit slow tonight, but I'm trying my best to improve things. And question number 2, would you ever live in a cork house? So a house completely made out of cork. And here we go, maybe in some half an hour or so, you will be able to see the fucking question. Okay, I don't know what the hell is going on about, but okay, whatever. Yeah. And so burglary tourism involved, and we have read them. So what basically do these burglars? Okay, they just go abroad on vacation just to rob houses, luxury houses usually. It's an unusual way to make tourism, isn't it? And this is a new article too. You can see that it's dated 15 January 2020, so quite recent. And then we talked last week. We also talked about blue space, and this is nothing too much uncommon. Okay, blue space is everything connected to the blue areas of the world, of the Earth. So for example, this is an article taken from theguardian.com, dated 3 November or November the 3rd, as you wish, 2019, and the benefits of blue space. So that is the sea and coastline, but also rivers, lakes, canals, waterfalls, even fountains, everything which is connected to water, to nature, to something which basically reflects the blue color, are less well publicized, I beg your pardon. Yet, the science has been consistent for at least a decade. Being by water is good for body and mind. Do you agree with that? So what do you think? Is standing by the water good for health, for the mind, and for relaxing? Let's discuss about that in our question in the chat line. If it doesn't want to work tonight, and I have a lot of swear words for this issue, but I think that I'll have to refrain myself by doing something like that. But question number 3 is, do you agree with what the Guardian said about blue space? So do you like spending your free time and relaxing by the water, on a river, at the beach, to the seaside, or whatever? Or do you prefer going to the mountains? So maybe you prefer a green space instead of a blue one. What about that? And then I have another one for you, and just like the hell, okay? Xenobot. Michaela said that he didn't believe about the existence of Xenobot. But what is a Xenobot? A Xenobot, as theguardian.com again, 16 January 2020 says, is this one.
This week, scientists announced that they had created the first living robots. We are talking about living robots, bio robots, by building machines using stem cells taken from African frogs. So far, they cannot do anything useful, such as delivering Amazon packages, but they do glory in a new name, Xenobots. Okay, they made this experiment by taking stem cells. Stem cells are what we call cellule staminali in Italian. Okay, and they have taken stem cells from African frogs to develop xenobots. What could be about xenobots? Okay, have you ever heard about xenobots, and would they ever be of any use for the society in the future? And maybe they can find some application, some other solution. So for example, the question is, do you think xenobots will be of any benefit for the future of mankind? It seems that I cannot use the fucking chat little room any longer, but okay, we're having a chat together in say 5 minutes. And so xenobots. And then we talked about, finally, talked about twinning, from twin, so being twins. And this is taken from this Indian magazine. This is an Indian webzine like Cosmopolitan, but the Indian version of Cosmopolitan, May 7th, 2020. And we have quite a long and detailed explanation about twinning. They say, coordinating with your sister or bae for next Zoom party you're hosting, take a cue from Janvi and Kushi Kapoor. And this Janvi and Kushi Kapoor, I think they are, if I'm not wrong, they are two sisters and two maybe starlets or models, Indian models, I don't know, and they are sort of Indian influencers about lifestyle and fashion and stuff like that, okay? And they are Starlet sisters. The Starlet sisters have always been known to be Bollywood's most stylish siblings. Being the daughters of a legend, late Sridevi, and film producer Bonnie Kapoor, plus thanks to their talented family members, these sisters have always been in the spotlight. While in a recent TikTok challenge, unbelievable, okay, where we are going, Janvi revealed that Kushi is more stylish among the two. However, our take is that both the Kapoor sisters managed to slay whenever they step up, especially when they are twinning. So when they are going out together, employing, using, and wearing the same outfit, the same clothing. Okay, so they're always paired and they are so matchy. Okay, if I wear a black shirt, she's going to wear the same black shirt as well, and we make sort of perfect pair and a perfect match, and that's called twinning. Like you remember maybe in those movies or whatever, maybe you have already seen them, when little twins go out and they and they wear like one another. But not only, we said that when we made our last when we made a crossword last week we talked about twinnings as also a social activity. So maybe a whole family can twin, okay, can go twinning and stuff like that and wear the same outfit for a family picture or so on. Did you ever twinned? Okay. Did you ever indulge in the art of twinning with your friends and family or friendly neighbors or whatnot? Let's discuss this topic about on our journey into English conversation. Now, what I'm going to do now is call somebody of you, and let's start with someone. Okay. No. Okay, I'm reading your messages, and because I say that that I didn't pay the bill. No, I have paid the bill. That's what pisses me off right now, because I pay my dues always, and I don't know. Okay, and Gabriele is experiencing some PC problems, so maybe even Michele didn't didn't pay the bill. I don't know. So let's call somebody. And let's have a quick discussion. So we have online, we have Michela, we have Gabriele, but his PC has just broken down, and Alessia, and what else? Okay, so Alessia, do you feel like having conversation with us? Let's start with, and maybe I don't know if Chiara is going to come up, but she was late for work, so let's start with the first one that I have here, and let's call Michela. No, let's, okay, this is for later, and what am I doing here? Hello. Voulez-vous parler en français? Hello. How are you doing, Michela? How are you doing tonight?
Sorry. Okay.
Okay, great. Okay,
I
you're
understood by the audio. Okay.
great. You're setting up the audio.
Okay.
Great.
Now I hear you.
Okay, and let's. But we hear an echo. Can you turn the volume down a little bit?
I don't understand.
Can you
Sorry.
can you turn the volume down a little? No, that's okay. Now it's okay. Okay. Because I heard my echo. Okay, I can hear my voice doubled. And I have a question for you. Super agers. Do you know any super? You work in a hospital, so maybe you encountered lots of super agers. I don't know.
No, but I know one of these.
Oh, really?
He's friends of my parents.
Okay.
That is very old for
Okay.
me, but he has
For you.
a brain
Okay.
ager than mine. Okay.
He has a brain. Ah, he has the same age as yours, as your
Yes,
brain. Okay.
He wants to go out every evening.
Okay.
To go to happy hour. Okay.
Oh, really?
And then to go to theater, cinema.
So it's really involved and engaged in social activities.
Okay.
Oh, great,
Yes.
great.
He has many interesting.
Interests. He has some interests, culturally. Okay.
While I want to stay on the sofa.
Oh no, you are the old one. You are the grandma. Okay. So if compared to this person, you are a grandmother. You are a granny.
Okay.
And another question for you. What about corkitecture? Have you ever seen a house made out of cork? A wine question for you.
example, in my house, I have the floor is built by cork.
No, it's not built by cork.
No.
It's made of cork, I think.
Made of cork. Okay.
Because cork
And,
didn't. If you say built by cork, it means that Mr. Cork built it.
Okay, and I love this type of floor because it's very warm.
Ah, I can see that.
Yes, and transmitted
Don't see my faces. Don't. Okay,
of,
okay. I'm making some faces
Okay.
online, but don't bother. Okay, you just
okay.
turn your back to the
And
PC.
so
And
I'm very
happy with that.
curious about
A house made of cork.
a house made of cork. Yes.
Can you imagine, Michela, a whole house made of wine corks, smelling of wine everywhere, okay, and walls made out of wine cork? It wouldn't be interesting, living a sort of wine house. That's what we call wine house.
I haven't
Okay,
house.
you still have to drink a
Okay.
lot, I think. You still
Yes.
there are still a lot of bottles to go before building up a
Yeah.
cork house made out of wine corks. And you remember the last time we talked about Xenobots,
Yeah. Yes.
and
I search about
yeah,
Xenobot.
can you tell us something more about Xenobots?
Okay.
I'm curious.
I think that it's not the future
Okay,
because it's very difficult to implant stem cell
Okay.
in a robot.
okay. So it's just like an experiment because they needed funds to make some fancy experiments. So
Yeah.
scientist stuff. Okay, great. And last question for you: do you like twinning?
Um, yes, I like because, for example, there are many cities that twining,
No, twinning.
twines. No,
No,
not
no, 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 no.
twinning.
You didn't get what twinning is. Twinning is a social activity in which you can see maybe in a couple of seconds on the screen is when, for example, twins, friends, or family go out together dressed up alike. When two friends go out and they are dressed all the same. I wear a black jacket and
Okay,
he or
okay.
she wears a black jacket and stuff like that. They go
For
out and
example, like emo.
I don't know about emo because I'm not.
Emo?
It's not my cup of tea. I'm more a metalhead, and I'm sort of dark. I have also a black shirt tonight, like heavy metal people. But I'm not that kind because emo people go out dressed together. I didn't think about that.
I don't like because that destroy the personality of
Wow, that's really deep. Okay, I
people.
love that. I
Okay.
love that. Okay, I totally agree.
Okay.
Definitely. It's like homologating yourself with a brand or a style or something, and it destroys personality. And for example, I hate twinning, but there are people, maybe Instagram influencers, which may love maybe twinning as a social activity, but I don't know. Okay, thank you very much, Michaela. I wanted to have a chat with you tonight because I know that you have your wine webinar, I think, just in a couple of minutes maybe.
Yes.
So I'll
Yes.
I'll leave you. Okay, so just as it is. And thank you very much for participating. And see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you too.
on next.
Next time, next Thursday. If you want to stay
Yes,
here on Tuesday,
yes,
we are on. We are.
Because now wine is waiting.
Of course,
me.
he's waiting. He's waiting for you, one. Okay, so have a nice. Enjoy your wine. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. See you. Bye bye.
Great. And next one. Let's see if somebody else wants to have a chat with us. And I'm just talking you on the mobile phone. For example, Gabriele. Let me just have a check on the chat line tonight with you. And for example, Alicia, are you there for a chat? For a live chat? Let's see what she's going to do. Okay, in the meanwhile, just take the advantage of this little pause to have a little bit a little sip of water to refresh myself. Okay, and that's it. Okay, I think that she's experiencing some problems too, and we have not fellows tonight following us, unfortunately, because I think connection problems, because tonight I see that my connection is really, and I hope that you are still following us. And in the meanwhile, I will move on to another part, so maybe to retrieve a little bit of connection, because I see that it's really everything is stuck. And okay, is moving on just right now. Oh, really bad connection, unfortunately. But let's move on. Let's change topic for tonight. And I can see that no, Alicia cannot answer just right now, unfortunately. Maybe she's writing something. Okay, let's see. In the meanwhile, I'm going to charge my computer battery because it's very low. Okay, a sip of water for me and a little bit of electricity for my computer, and let's start. Okay, how to improve our damn pronunciation. Okay, let's move on to the pronunciation stuff. Let's try some funny stories to perfect our English pronunciation. For example, did you know that we have two different sounds? So we can E, which can be short, and it can also be long. It's not always like this. It's also the one that you see in the light blue square. It's not IPA, it's not phonetic alphabet, but it's like transcription. It's like normal standard alphabet, okay? And it is the E sound. And E sound can be really different depending on the length of the sound itself. Compare the two pairs of words here. For example, bin, starting from left to right, bin, bean, bin, bean. And then again, left to right, fit, feet, fit, feet. Third one, ship, sheep, ship, sheep. Okay, can you tell the difference? It's a slight difference. We don't have such difference in Italian language, for example, but it's really important to catch this difference in English if you want to listen properly, to improve your listening skills and also to improve your skills in spoken language. Let's review them once more and try to imitate them if you want, okay? Try to repeat the single word, every single word at home together with me. So, are you ready? Let's start once again. Bin, bean, bin, bean. Fit, feet, fit, feet. Ship, sheep, ship, sheep. Okay, what's the difference? The first one, the short one, is also lower. So I have to relax my mouth in order to pronounce it properly. The second one is tensed. So I have to stretch my the angle of my mouth a little bit and try to stretch my mouth just a bit. Okay, so I, the first one, it's relaxed, I, and the second one, E. Look at me when pronouncing. Okay, for example, twinnings and here. Okay, bit or bin in this case, bin, bean, bin, bean. Okay. Then what again? Another one. Let's start trying with a small story. Okay, we have this big Jim. Okay, Jim Reed. Okay, try to pronounce this one. Let's view it once slowly, and if you can look at my mouth and try to guess the differences, and then try to repeat that after me. Okay, let's try once and for all, and then we are going to repeat that maybe slower, so we can catch up with the rhythm and get used to it and try a little bit with this different sound. So short story and then a small longer story. In this case, I don't want you to concentrate on the meaning of the sentence. If there are some words that you don't know, you can Google them out, okay, online, so you can have a better understanding. But what is important is to completely focus on the sound in order to make sort of conditioning exercise and to get used to the pronunciation, to English pronunciation, to English sounds, and that's it. And so to improve our speaking skills. So this is it. Jim Reed is greedily eating a big dish of meat. Once more. Jim Reed is greedily eating a big dish of meat. Then you have to start reading it maybe a little bit faster than that in order to get used to natural spoken speed, okay? Instead of pronouncing words one by one, connect them all together and make this more complex exercise. For example, okay, instead of saying Jim Reed is greedily eating a big dish of meat, Jim Reed is greedily eating a big dish of meat. Jim Reed is greedily eating a big dish of meat. So Jim, relaxed, Reed, tensed, is relaxed, greedily tensed, eating, tensed. Once again, a big, relaxed, dish, relaxed, of meat, tensed. Okay, let's try it once again. The most difficult part of the exercise, I think, is the question of control. Okay, controlling your mouth and having full control of what you are saying, how the vowel is long, how is it pronounced as a tensed vowel, and so on. So, Jim Reed is greedily eating a big dish of meat. Jim Reed is greedily eating a big dish of meat. Okay. Now that you got it, you can try it as many times as you want. Okay. Let's move to an even more complex exercise, and let's try to look at the last part at the bottom of the page, and I'll try to straighten it up a little bit so you can better see it in the center, maybe here. Okay, and here we are, and in this case we have 3 silly women were sitting on the windowsill of their pretty cottage. Jill was stitching a green ribbon, Lily was licking an ice cream, and Jean was drinking gin from a big tin, which made all the people in the village peep and giggle. So again, when you meet a single isolated I sound, as in bin, fit, ship, gym, is, big, dish, okay? The sound is relaxed. I don't move my lips at all, okay? Gym is, big, dish. Okay, of course I have to move my lips by pronouncing big, but it's the B sound and not the E sound. While when we have a couple of vowels together, we have what we call usually, or sometimes we have a diphthong, and some other times we have a long vowel sound. In this case, we have a vowel sound, so bean, and I just stretch my mouth a little bit, teen. Now I'm exaggerating, of course, because I want you to better understand how it works. But the feeling of it is stretching your mouth, like bean, read, eating. Okay, not so much, of course, but it's just to make the difference more understandable. Okay, so you can get it all right. And then we have here, try to make the same experiment in the story below. When you find 2 vowels together, tensed, when you find one single I sound, short, for example, 3, even without watching at me, okay, you just read that out loud and follow my voice, or just follow my voice if you want. You have 3 silly women were sitting on the window sill of their pretty cottage. Jill was stitching a green ribbon, Lily was licking an ice cream, and Jean was drinking gin from a big tin, which made all the people in the village peep, and giggle. So you can better understand the differences occurring between the E, relaxed, short sound, and the E, long, stressed and tensed sound. And they're different, okay? So let's review the difference once again. I will I will emphasize, okay? I will give more importance to the stress sound so you can better catch the difference, but then again, you will have to be able to catch the difference even in a quick dialogue. Once again, slow, so you can follow it and repeat it along with me. Okay. 3 silly women were sitting on the windowsill of their pretty cottage. Jill was stitching a green ribbon, Lily was licking an ice cream, and Jean was drinking gin from a big tin, which made all the people in the village peep and giggle. You know, you see, can you see the difference? Can you hear the difference between peep and giggle? Giggle. Peep. Giggle means like laughing, okay? Having a chuckle, okay? Chuckling, laughing, okay? Smiling, grinning, more than grinning, it's more like it's a sort of laugh, okay? Just laughing, okay? And peep means try to have a glimpse of something, seeing something, watching at something, so peep. And once again, but faster, okay? Let's see if you can keep up with the pace and rhythm. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 3 silly women were sitting on the windowsill of their pretty cottage. Jill was stitching a green ribbon, Lily was licking an ice cream, and Jean was drinking gin from a big tin, which made all the people in the village peep and giggle. Once again. 3, 2, 1, go. 3 silly women were sitting on the windowsill of their pretty cottage. Jill was stitching a green ribbon, Lily was licking an ice cream, and Jean was drinking gin from a big tin, which made all the people in the village peep and giggle. Okay, if you get used to it, it's not too much difficult indeed. Let's see another example. Another big difference is made by the sound and a. That's tricky. That's really tricky, because in proper English pronunciation, regardless of the version of English we are talking about, British English or American English, there is a difference between the a sound and the a sound. Usually in southern England, the first one is pronounced a. But usually in English, more or less all over the world, it's pronounced a. So we have 3 sounds in basically a, e. A, e. But let's stick with proper standard RP pronunciation. For example, in standard English, it would be always left to right, bad, 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 bad. It's not bad, but it's not even bad, okay? It's midway between a and a. So we have bad, which is something which is bad, something which is not beautiful, something which is negative, okay? Something negative, something evil, even stuff like that. So bad. While the place where you go when you go to sleep, it's a bed, so a full a sound. Bad, 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 bad. I go to bed, and that's a bad person. That's a bad person, not a bad person, because he's not a bad person with a form or a shape of a bed. Okay, so bad, bad. Once again, under this one we have jam, 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 jam. So a jam is like marmalade, okay? Apricot marmalade, apricot jam, orange jam, the ones that you can spread on a slice of bread and eat as a snack or for breakfast. And jam, that is a jewel, kind of jewel, a gem, like emeralds, rubies, diamonds, and what else? Okay, opal, a gem. So jam, jam. Pan, 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 pan. A pan is the place where you can cook stuff, like a fry pan, for example. When you have to prepare the sauce for pasta, you cook in the frying pan. When you write something, when you have to sign a contract and stuff like that, you use a pen. Pan, pen. Let's see this story of this cat yawning, okay? For example, we have the bad cat that ate the red rat. Red rat. Can you tell the difference? The bad cat that ate the red rat. Red rat. Try to recite, try to make a sort of rehearsal, try to repeat it after me. The bad cat that ate the red rat. If we were in London or in southern England, it would have become the bad cat that ate the red rat. It's even clearer, so it may become even more easy to get the difference. Again, the bad cat that ate the red rat. But in northern England and in the United States, Canada, maybe even Australia, they would pronounce it differently. They would say the bad cat that ate the red rat. There's a slight difference, but it's extremely important to make our speech understandable for other people, okay? Because there are two different sounds. They seem the same for us because our language doesn't have this kind of difference, so we may perceive this difference as trifling, as not important at all. Well, it is, because since the two sounds are different, they have a difference in meaning. Compare the example above. Bad, bad, jam, jam, pan, pan. Let's see the last story. For example, we have a couple of stories here. There was an old man of the West who never could get any rest. So they set him to spin on his nose and his chin, which cured that old man of the West. That's sort of lullaby and meant for children, but also useful to better understand how different but similar, yet similar sounds in English work. Okay, can you read that out even here, so you can watch my mouth moving when reading, and you can better improve maybe also your understanding of the lip movement and mouth movement while pronouncing these words. For example, once again, let's go. There was an old man of the West who never could get any rest. So they set him to spin on his nose and his chin, which cured that old man of the West. Here we have the two of them mingled. So the I sound that we see above, and this one that we have just seen here below. The E and the A. So all together. Because English language, the English alphabet has 26 letters. Okay, so 20. I can count anymore. So 26. Okay, 26 letters, but more than 40 different sounds. Just to mention, we have at least 21 or 22 different vowel sounds and included diphthongs, but we also have some triphthongs, which are very complex vowel sounds. There are one vowel sound made out of 3 different vowels all mixed up together, like in fire. Okay, fire. That's one sound, because when I pronounce that, it's just one, fire. But it's a triphthong because it is a word with one sound composed of 3 different sounds. So always remember to make a clear distinction between written English and spoken English, because the spoken part is what counts when we have to speak. So to improve our speaking skills, always remember to have a good understanding of how English pronunciation works. Let's end this one so you can maybe watch the video once again and try to figure out and improve your language by repeating the story. And let's read it out loud once more. There was and like bad jam pan, an old man. So there was, maybe a hand will use, so higher, there and an. There, a full e, like the one on the right, and the other one lower. So there was an old man of the West who never could get any rest. So they set him to spin on his nose and his chin, which cured that old man of the West. Okay, this is the difference. Man, lower, West, higher. Again, a canner exceedingly canny one morning remarked to his granny, a canner can anything that he can, but a canner can he? This is made out. This is taken from an old tongue twisters of ours. One of the tongue twisters that we analyzed last year, if you remember. We had a lesson on tongue twisters, and what we said is that tongue twisters are really useful to improve our skills in pronunciation. Okay, and sometimes. Tongue twisters are made out of nowhere, but sometimes they are part of more complex children history or stories for children, beg your pardon, stories for children or lullaby or stuff like that, okay? And in this case, we have the one with the canner, can, one of the version of this one. So for example, a canner exceedingly canny one morning remarked to his granny, I'm stuck. Wow. I'm sorry, my cat just opened the door. And then went away. Okay, we are talking about a cat, and my cat wanted to enter, and I had a jump scare like in a horror movie, and the door opened by itself, and I was like, oh my god, okay, but you can see, but I had the cat running here. Next time I will introduce the cat to you if you want, or if I can catch her, because it's a female, okay. And a canner exceedingly canning one morning remarked to his granny, a canner can anything that he can, but a canner can he? What's the meaning of it? It's up to you to discover. Just Google it, can, and the different meaning of can, because can be a noun, can be a verb, can be something else, okay. And what's a canner? Okay, try to figure that out, and see you next week on Tuesday night, 8 to 9 p.m. And for those one of you that won't be able to participate to the Tuesday evening and night, we will have the chance to meet ourselves again on Thursday. I think that it will be maybe the one of our last meeting, and then we're going to have what we have just discussed about on our WhatsApp group, sort of party to close the year together, maybe online, maybe one Friday night or Saturday night. You tell me. I think that now we are going to opt for Friday night and have an evening together, to have a chuckle, to have interaction together, and greet ourselves. I have been told recently that maybe we won't be able to retrieve our classes at school in September. So what are we going to do is to implement a Moodle platform full of exercises, tests, and courses, which you can join as member of our group of Language Master Academy, and we will set up some courses by using a webinar platform, so you will be able to join us and it will be even more interactive than YouTube is. As you know, we have chosen YouTube because of the momentary period of uncertainty. But as for September, we will come back with some other ideas and fully operational webinar platform to interact together with a wide choice of different language courses. So I hope that you enjoyed tonight too, despite our technical problems. Now I have to switch it off and reconnect for my Japanese class. So a couple of minutes, the time to retrieve the connection, and I will be back to you. Have a good night and a good weekend. Bye!